My talk will be about the real value of reality capture in the claims arena. So as you can see here, this is the courtroom arena. And I'm sure everyone in this room here would not want to be in this place, right? And you can see the amount of people involved and the time that it takes in a courthouse. So I'm here to show you how we can avoid reaching that with reality capture. I'm going to start off with a study by Arcadis about the value of construction disputes in the Middle East in 2020. So the average in 2020 was $86 million. And you can imagine if you avoid that, the amount of, what you can invest in that money is unbelievable, right? So it's a massive amount. And we can see that the value decreased from 2017, but it increased again up to 2020. And the next question is, would anyone guess how much time it takes to resolve a dispute on average in the Middle East? That as well is not a few months. In 2020, it's almost a year and 4 months, and that's 15.5 months. So really, we're trying to avoid all of that. It's a massive cost, and it's a massive waste of time. And you'd rather invest in that time and in that money elsewhere. Now we're looking at the stakeholders that can be involved in reality capture to make use of it to avoid the claims all in all. So in this room, I'm pretty sure one of these stakeholders mentioned here is going to be you guys. So that's facility managers, architects, designers, contractors, engineers, and fabricators, and owners, more specifically. Each one of these can use the accurate data of reality capture to avoid claims, or in worst case scenarios, to resolve them if needed. And that can be used by one of these uses, which is using it for procurement, using it for progress monitoring, using panoramic images, for example, and monitoring the progress so that you have an image, a journal image, and you can also tie it in with the progress payments as well. You can use it for inspections, you can use it for planning at an early stage, and you can use it for mitigating the risk all in all. So the end goal is claim avoidance or claim resolution. We all know that typically people survey in traditional methods, and I would ask the question of how many people here still use traditional methods. My assumption would be that a lot of people are still using that, but this is to show you the value of reality capture against traditional surveying methods, which is using a laser pointer or a tape measure. Whereas the traditional method would need a lot of labor, a lot of 2D drafting and taking notes, and it's going to have a lot of errors, a lot of human error. But in reality capture, you're going to get accurate and reliable data. You're going to get complete data immediately. You don't have to revisit the site as long as you captured everything at once. And you can share it, and you can use it to actually have it on the cloud. And two most important things is that it's completely safe. You don't have to be in weird positions to measure complex objects. So you can measure organic objects, such as projects for Zaha Hadid. I'm pretty sure it's impossible to do with traditional methods. And again, it gets you to inaccessible places, which are otherwise impossible with traditional surveying. The other misconception that usually people have is that reality capture or laser scanning, that technology is expensive. So people would rather avoid it at some point. And I'm showing you here why this is affordable, in fact. So these are the reality capture costs, and that's the price per square meter that we've taken based on 4 sample projects that we've done, from simple, which is laser scanning, surveying and processing the data, up to complex, which includes the scanning, the processing, and modeling of multiple disciplines to a little bit of a complex project. And as you can see, this turns out to be really inexpensive. You can see with simple, it's 3 to 5 dirhams per square meter. And for the complex, it's about 10 to 15 dirhams per square meter. Now, this is to be taken just as an example. so you can understand that it's really efficient and it's inexpensive. And the range changes based on the requirements. The process for preventing claims in terms of reality capture starts with the planning, and then we capture the data, we process the data, and then we create the information that is needed for prevention of claims. In some cases, it's the drawings, it's the model. Some cases, it's a photographic journal, and in a way that you can see it nicely and online and allows people to look at dates. And in some cases, it's analysis. So whatever that format is, this is going to allow you to prevent claims. Now let's look at some examples, starting with the Faqih Hospital, and that's in the UAE. So the client literally wanted us to do reality capture and capture the data for claims. So the client used it as an evidence in case a claim comes up. And a contractor stopped working on the project, and another contractor came after that. So a scan was done in between, and it took about 6 weeks, and that allows them to have the data that they need to go back to in case a claim happens. Another example is a project in Abu Dhabi, and this is for progress monitoring. So you see 2 images taken in the exact same spot, looking at the exact same angle, but each one is taken a different date. So imagine on the left side, where the contractor was saying, oh, I did the MEP works, I did the duct work, I did the firefighting. And in case you have the progress monitoring, you can go into that image and in fact see that there's no mechanical works as the contractor is claiming. The final example here is a project in KSA, and that's KAFD. We scanned around 500,000 square meters. The client needed this data for the QS team to have the cost to complete the project, and for the design team to understand if the site conditions are as per the design intent. And all of that serves one purpose, is to avoid claims in the future. So with that being said, do you think you need more evidence of the value of reality capture? This slide is going to be kind of a summary of what the major benefits that are already found in previous slides. So reality capture is going to give you accurate measurements that allow you to do better coordination, overall decision making, and it's completely safe. One person can do a scan of a building with one device, and it's going to save you time between 50 to 75% versus traditional surveying, and it's going to give you a total saving on the total project cost of up to 7%. And remember, if that's a big project, that's a massive value. And all in all, it's going to give you a return on investment and maintain your profit margin.